Forgot to mention who I am. My name is Dr. Aziza Shepard. I am the Executive Director and co-founder of Ohana Center AV, and I will be your facilitator today. Next slide. Just a little Zoom etiquette. Pay attention to pop-up messages on the screen and chat. To reduce background noise and distractions, please mute yourself, but we do want to hear from you. Please feel free to utilize the chat function to share and unmute yourself when it's time for questions and answers. The meeting will be recorded for planning strategy purposes. If you indicated that you do not want to be recorded, please feel free to turn off your camera. Next slide. So we have the welcoming and introduction.
Whoop, I could jump in. Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. My name is Shamika. I'm the founder and executive director of Youth with a Purpose. I am also an AIMM planning member and the Interfaith co-lead with Ms. Darrell. I want to welcome you all to our CAT meeting. Thank you so much for taking time to be here. We know that Thursdays are full of meetings, back to back to back, usually all day. So you took your time out to be here and to make it a point to be in this space. So thank you so much for being here. We hope that you get some good gems from this and also you're able to contribute to the space as well. Please put in the chat box your name and your organization so that we know where you're from. And if it's your first time joining us, thank you for joining us. And put a little asterisk, a star next to your name so that we can show you some AIMM Cat love, okay? So make sure you do that. Like I said, thank you for being here. Your presence is super valuable to us. We deeply appreciate your service to our community, and make sure you put your agency in the chat. All right. Back to you, Dr. Aziza.
Thank you, Shamika. Next up, we have today's agenda. I guess I'm going to do the agenda. Okay, we just skipped out. People could just briefly read what we have on the agenda. Okay. Now we have the blessings and the groundings. Marissa Stern.
Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, I had some complications last meeting. So, welcome. I'm Marissa A. Stern. I'm the Executive Director in the Teacher Buddha and Soul Healing Coalition out here in the AV. So we're going to take a little grounding practice right now at this moment. I know it's a little cold, but would you believe that spring has sprung, y'all? We are in it. If we go back to our ancestral roots, this is technically the old new year. So happy new year once again. Let's take a moment and we're going to ground ourselves. So wherever you are, find a comfortable seat. If you have a window outside, you can see some pretty grass. You can go ahead and gaze out at that window. I'm going to gently close the eyes here and begin to notice the breath. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale out. Deep inhale. Exhaling out. And if you'd like to, I invite you to gently close the eyes or gaze down at the hands on the lap, whatever feels comfortable for you. I trust your judgment. Keep breathing here. Deep inhale. 1, 2, 3. Longer exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as my sister Shamika mentioned, we are in Zoom meetings all day sometimes. So let's take a quick little neck stretch and we'll continue with our beautiful meeting. So let's take the left ear to the left shoulder. Allow the right shoulder to drop. Inhale back through center. Right ear, right shoulder. allow the left shoulder to drop. Coming back to center, gazing over to the right. Back through center, over to the left. Back through center. Tuck the chin into the front of the chest now, getting into the back of the neck, into the back of the skull. Beautiful. Inhale up through center, gazing up at the ceiling. Back to neutral. Bring the hands on top of the shoulders. We're going to take the shoulders back 5 times, rolling the shoulders. 3, 4, and 5. Let's go forward now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Interlace the hands, reach the hands up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. And let's go down, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling, and fingers interlace. And bring the hands to heart. Last time, y'all. Inhale, reaching up, getting a nice back and shoulder stretch here. And exhale, hands to heart. Gratitude and blessings.
Thank you, Marissa. I don't know about you guys, but I was really feeling that, and I needed that. Thank you for so much. Thank you so much. And so now we have the safe space is next up. Well, at the meeting, we want to create a safe space, a non-judgmental zone, speaking with no interruption. When participants step up and step back, share genuinely, and let others share. What we share stays here. When topics are relatable, not pressured or put on the spot, open to all ideas, all inclusive. Here, we respect all opinions, time to think, process, and respond in different ways. All parties' opinions are respected. No shaming or blaming. Show respect for others by turning off cell phones and stepping out to take calls. Virtual platform, don't take calls while you're unmuted. Basically, that's what that means. And so that's how we create a safe space here. And thank you. Next slide. And so now next up, we have the AAIMM initiative and background.
Hi, everyone. I'm Terry Zaire, and I'm the community partner co-lead, and I'll be talking about the initiative background and the vision and goals for AIM. So AAIMM initiative and background, their aspirational goal is to eliminate racism and reduce the effects of racism on Black women's bodies. The initiative goal is to reduce the Black and white infant mortality gap in LA County by 30% over the next 5 years, 2018 to 2023. The mission statement is to ensure the safety and support of African-American moms, babies, and families by providing advocacy, compassion, education, resources, justice, accessibility, and eliminating racial disparities in the community, and ensuring access to reliable, unbiased care and support services that maintain equality, honesty, trust, and cultural accountability. The vision statement for AIM is AAIMM CAT strives to create a safe, empowering, supportive, and culturally aware community for African-American families to make an informed choice. The birth journey from prenatal to postpartum will consist of equality, justice, advocacy, mental health services, social support, safety, and accessibility for all family members involved.
All right, thank you, Ms. Terry. And so now we're going to jump into our community presentations with Chef Roxy.
Hey guys, how you doing? All right, we're gonna jump right on in. This is Healthy Nutrition, and this is going to be a free flow. So as I know we said with this safe space, definitely use the chat box to chime in. We will be playing a game, but this is really about us just having a chat and looking at nutrition from maybe a different perspective. As some of you may know, background nonprofit for 10 years, working with an emphasis on Black child maternal health, helping to reduce the disparities with African-American babies. And now for the last 5 years, I've had the pleasure of being a chef and collaborating with agencies such as all of you, Ohana, Project Joy, to basically just build awareness when it comes to nutrition. So this is my take on healthy nutrition with me, Chef Roxy. Next slide.
Give me 1 second, Roxy. It's not wanting to move.
No worries, no worries. So while we're getting that set up, ladies, what I want you guys to think about is how nutrition really starts and begins with all of us. It starts with you in the household, from making the decisions to who's buying the food, who's preparing the food. But first and foremost, it begins with us and what we decide to put in our mouths, in our bodies. And today I just want to explore the idea of the things that we are eating, how that plays a part in our physical health, our mental health, and our spiritual health. So the purpose of this presentation is for us to look at, one, our decisions when it comes to nutrition. And I want to explore and get you guys to look at some maybe new ingredients or some familiar ingredients that you are, and how it plays a part when it comes to our nutrition. So one, I just want you guys to look at, like we said, the things that we eat, how it plays a part in our mental health and our physical health. There it is. All right, so as obviously all of us are champions for mothers. And so today's goal, or at least for myself with you guys, is going to be looking at how a baby will make love stronger, days shorter, nights longer, bankroll smaller, home happier, clothes shabbier, the past forgotten, and the future worth living for. I share that quote with you and hope that you guys get inspired of what you do as all as mothers, those that are taking care of themselves, what you feed yourself, all begins with you. Next slide, please. So obviously, like we said, there's some benefits to healthy postpartum eating, but even before that, we're talking about even preconception, how that plays a part when it comes to the foods that we eat. It makes a difference with our skin, recoveries when it comes to even conception, getting pregnant while going through pregnancy, what we're eating, and also the food that we eat will make a difference when it comes to our mental health. Next slide. So one of the things I want you guys to think about is fenugreek, which is old school. I'm talking about the beginning of grandparents use this not just for tea, but for a variety of different things. So one of the main things that fenugreek is great for is relieving stress. And also fenugreek will help with milk production for mothers that are lactating, breastfeeding. Next slide. The other part, consider thinking about introducing to your diet if you're not already eating it, is whole grains and how these actually help stabilize our mood. So you're thinking about your whole grains, not just be beyond like your brown rice, but think about legumes like lentils, couscous, quinoa, all those different whole grains that can help stabilize the mood, especially when going through the various changes of motherhood, pregnancy, and after giving birth. Next slide. So whole grains, obviously incredibly nutritious, as we talked about. The antioxidants, which is good, the protein, the fiber, all of these key things that really play a part from inside out. So think about all these antioxidants, the nutrients that you're getting by intaking, by just having a bowl of this, adding this to your salads, and introducing to your kids, because remember, all the foods, not just about feeding the hunger, but about how we're feeding our bodies for long term. Next slide. Chickpeas, which are one of my favorites. You will know chickpeas, may be known as garbanzo beans. Chickpeas are amazing and can be turned into various things, but one of the better things to know about is the fact that they help with memory, moods, and muscle control. So this is probably a huge thing, whether you eat meat, whether you're plant-based, vegan, vegetarian. You can do so many different types of recipes with this. You can bake them whole, you can turn them into hummus, you can throw them in soups, salads, but just the fact that this tiny little bean, all these powerful benefits to it in eating it and incorporating it. And actually you can turn them into burgers as well. So next slide. All right, so in addition to being one of the better foods that promote milk production, which is also pretty awesome, it's the options like we mentioned before for vegetarians, vegans. A lot of times our tastes change when we're going through different stages, such as pregnancy, definitely after giving birth. All those things kind of play a part, but these are some things that are neutral flavors. So whatever you put into it is what it's going to taste like. So basically, if you want something that's a little bit, say, a balance of more spicier, but not heat spice, but maybe smoky with rich flavor, you can use Cajun spice with chickpeas. They will take on any spice that you give them and become delicious. Next slide. Avocados, which I'm sure most of you guys should be big fans of. Who does not like guacamole, guys? I just love me some avocados. And when I started to do more research about powerful benefits to avocados, not just being a good fat and good for whatever kind of lifestyle that you eat, but look at this, reducing anxiety improves moods. We all know that as we go through different things, especially coming out of the pandemic, anxiety was taken to all different levels. And I would think probably every person who went through the pandemic experienced some ounce of anxiety. So these are one of those super fruits, powerful foods that we can eat and incorporate to help reduce with this. Next slide. Terry, I knew you were a big fan of avocados. I think you and I have had this talk before. All right, so papaya, which is delicious, is fantastic for removing toxins. Now, you guys, toxins are the things that we don't want to keep in our body. That's what helps other things to develop when it comes to illnesses, diseases. So we want those things to get out of our body. So this is one of those fighting foods that we can eat to incorporate in our diet, introduce our kids to pull those things out. You can turn it into a salad. Papaya has a very unique taste. So most of the time you will see papaya mixed in with like fruit salads. It is obviously popular with Latino cultures, but it's a really good fruit to start introducing kids to. It's not one of those things that you always see at the salad bar, but you will see it definitely in the spring and summer months as it becomes very seasonal. You can get some of the best flavors at that time, and it's a great thing for us to do. Next slide. All right, apricots, which is probably one of my favorites. Apricots is really good. Whether it's dried apricots, fresh apricots, you guys probably have seen it as jelly, preserves that you can smear on top of toast. But apricots is really good at helping to relieve depression. Thank you for the reminder. So I want to think about these things that you guys can share with some of the moms that you guys are serving. These items that I've shared with you are everyday items that they can pick up. You can pick these up at your local store. You can pick these up at your local grocery store, dollar store. All these things are accessible and all of these things are affordable. I would say most of the items that we've listed so far, all of them are listed at anywhere from $3 and under. And as we're talking about the benefits of these items that we eat and incorporate, you don't have to worry about your pocketbook being affected. So now here's sweet potatoes, which everybody's probably familiar with, that has brain power and brain development and functioning. So this is more than just eating it around the holidays, but maybe on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, serving this to your family. Next slide. Brewer's yeast. This helps with the nervous system, helps with stress, anxiety, and depression as well. And I'll be sharing some recipes where you guys can see how you can incorporate all these different things. Next slide. All right, fennel, which promotes lactation, contains antidepressive nutrients, vitamin B, which is really good. Fennel can be incorporated for teas, dressings, also in for your soups and your chilies that you can do. Next slide. And then we've got sesame seeds, which contain stress relieving minerals, another inexpensive item to incorporate with salads, bowls, for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Next slide. Flax seeds, mood lifting, heavy on the omega-3s and fatty acids. If any of you guys are big with nutrition, you know this is one of the main things that they definitely ask you to incorporate, helping you feel full longer and really good for you. Next slide. All right, so let's pick a game really quick and you guys can answer in the comments. So on this one, I'm asking for you guys to pick a healthy meal. So you've got a couple of options here. We've got caramel iced coffee and croissants. All of these things are delicious, by the way. Let me just say that as a thing, as a side note, carne asada tacos and margaritas. Another one that's delicious. Roasted salmon and citrus shallots. We've also, with spinach, and then we've got lentil chili. Here, you guys can pick a healthy meal or healthy meals. All of these things have nutrients in it. Some will continue to have more sugar, you know, more caffeine, high protein. Next slide. Oh, I like that. All right. So when I was thinking about that game, obviously the last two were going to be your healthiest choices for meals. But we all have to start somewhere with nutrition. Today I shared some bowls with you guys. So this is the rainbow bowl that can be made completely raw, so uncooked, or you can actually cook this and eat it, which would also be delicious and healthy. About eating the rainbow, all the colors have nutrients, vitamins that we talked about. The next slide is a taco soup. Is a taco soup that you guys could also prepare, no matter what your lifestyle is. So this is just about you guys getting a look at hopefully nutrition, different ingredients to incorporate, and for you guys to start something new this week. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chef Roxy, for that amazing presentation. Next up, we have Wildflower Project, Ms. Juanette Collier. Please come to the stage.
I just want to thank the AIMM for inviting me to do this presentation. And I want to thank Shamika for inviting me here today. So I want to give you a little overview about the Wildflower Project. And then I want to talk to you about our third annual Black Maternal Health Expo. Shamika, can you share? You can't hear me?
I can
Can you
hear
hear me? Oh, I seen some said we lost sound.
Are we able to give Juanette access to share her slides?
Is there any way, Shamika, you could just hit that link?
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me share it.
Oh, I'll just start talking about the Wildflower Project too. Okay. The one that says the Wildflower, and then whenever you get it up, we'll go there then. So the Wildflower Project started in 2016. It was a collaboration of some of the things that I enjoyed most. 4-H, Girl Scouting, and pageantry. And I pulled out of those things, the things that were like the most important. Thank you. I want to push it. So if I say, I have to say next slide, Shamika? Okay, I'm sorry. Next slide then. So Wildflower Project is everything about health, wellness, and agriculture. I have a small farm. That's the picture back there. That's called a high tunnel, where I grow all my fruits and vegetables. Last year we grew over 50 different types of vegetables, and that's about 3,000 square foot. We're located in Palmdale near 47th and Beryl Springs. Next slide, please. And in the health and wellness and agriculture, one of the things that I did is 6 community gardens at the Kensington, where we worked with newly housed communities, showing them how to utilize their USDA boxes that they get free, plus also learning to cook fruits and vegetables straight from the garden, grilling them and using them outdoors. Next slide, please. At our farm, we have pigs, goats. Also, we're having chickens there where we do goat yoga. We have a petting zoo for the kids. This is Kensington, and we also do school gardens. I wrote a curriculum for the West Side School District and teach school gardening there. And this is showing hydroponics and some of the places where we have shared gardening tips, how to grow in community. Next slide, please. These are workshops in community. These are activities that we show people, predominantly children, how to grow. Right there on the right, that's at the MOA. I'm about to do my 3rd abolitionist pod, where we actually, I was able to get over 500 plants, all from Black farmers, and the majority of those that I grew. And we had an expedition there for 3 months at that museum in Koreatown. Next slide, please. Camp Wow, that's what I call my camp. That's what I call my farm. We do, in the summer, we do some summer camps. We do tranquility camps. We then have kids come via bus and have an experience as if they went away to camp. We have horses there for them. We do, like I said, yoga. We do music therapy, garden therapy. And we're looking forward to doing some of those this coming summer as well. Next slide. And that's just some of the things that we've grown at the places that we are growing vegetables in community. Next slide. So like the chef was saying, we try to expose community to a variety of different vegetables they may not be familiar with, and getting them to taste those varieties. Care First Village is a newly housed community in Koreatown that houses over 600 residents there. And that's the garden that I put there. I go there and show them how to make medicine at that site. And we're doing a new abolitionist pod at the juvenile facility in Malibu in the next month. We'll be starting that. Next one, please. Reading in the park. Reading is important to us at the WOW, and I think this year we'll be having our 4th Reading in the Park event. Last year we gave out 2,600 books in community, and this I do in a collaboration with Michelle and Nadine Luke in community. But we started it together wanting kids to have a passion for reading, and that's just showing our Reading in the Park event. Next. This shows wellness. Like I said, we're health and wellness through community. This is showing some of our wellness events where we bring healers to community to help with trauma, children to de-stress, and making medicine with the herbs that I grow in my garden. Next slide, please. And this is just showing some of the collaborations of what wellness is considered for us. The pageant, you see the kids with goat yoga down there, or goat therapy, yoga. So we try to bring it fun and informative ways to wow them in these activities. Next slide, please. I think I like threw that on there, so it's actually showing the Black maternal health and some of the flyers that we have, but for some reason they got put over. But I wanted to show you, this is upcoming, our 3rd year of doing the Black Maternal Expo. Next slide, please. Art Squad. So Art Squad is actually from the Wildflower Project. We have children from 6 of the high schools here, and we use art as a way to interpret de-stressing, wellness, and we also have them discuss what it's like to have law enforcement in school and how that affects them. And we do that in collaboration with Council of Contract, which is a coalition and community that I co-founded and serve as their program director currently. Next slide, please. Thank you. So next up, what I'm really here for is the Women's Health Expo. And Shamika, on that one, if you just bring it up and you can just go through the pictures however you want, and I'll just talk about what we're doing. So this is our 3rd annual Black Maternal Health Expo. We have a group of ladies that have been on board, and what we want to do is to inform and educate community about the health disparities here in the Antelope Valley. We have a variety of educational speakers that are going to be on the panel. You could just keep going, Shamika, however you want through the photos. And we're going to give out, which we actually have on here, one of our recipients of our practitioner award, where we give out an award to Black practitioners in community that are educating and actually being the facilitator of medical advice for our community. We do educational workshops. We're having workshops that focus on diabetes, blood pressure, hypertension, obesity, and this year we're adding menopause for some of us ladies that are in that area. We also have a pregnancy pageant. The pregnancy pageant is where we have an opportunity to love on the ladies that are pregnant. We have a cultural day where we have foods from Africa. In Africa, they have customs when you're pregnant, where they bring high protein, a variety of vegetables. They'll get waist beads, shea butter that's blended with herbs. We will have a wellness day that is hosted by Marissa, of course. And Marissa is our yoga expert for the Wildflower Project, and she will do a wellness day focused on the ladies that are pregnant. And then we end with a photo shoot where they all are glammed up and we do photos, and we give them each a really large size photo, a baby bag filled with gifts, breast pumps. So it's all trying to be there for them and focus on them, where it's not just the baby, that we care about their health and wellness through the process. And what's been really nice is all these ladies have bonded and built friendships where they can have each other to lean on and help with issues of parenting. This is showing like their photo shoot, some of the activities. We did partner with Ohana's, where they have the healthy foods down there and they learn options while they're pregnant, how to eat healthier. You could see her with waist beads that they receive. So each of this, and this is free. This is free to all of the participants. And we actually are taking ladies until like Tuesday, because we start our first meeting next week, Friday. And this is just showing them during the process what we do and how we do it. That's showing yoga. They also did the vision boards with Ohana Center. And it's really a beautiful process to know that during your pregnancy, you're not by yourself. You have other ladies that are going through that experience. And our group, we have ladies that have gone through pregnancy. And this is fun for us to just be there and give them some of the resources that we didn't have. There's Terry doing her yoga. So it's a really nice experience for us to take ladies in community. And what the ladies have said is having that sisterhood. These are our committee members that are part of it. So originally we started out with all committee members that were health practitioners. Right there is Dominique, because it is a pageant. She is a pageant girl, and she was a part of my Miss Black Antelope Valley pageantry. So they come back, they learn a pageant, they learn a dance. So they're actually a pageant, but there's not anyone losing. Everyone's winning a baby. You see Shamika there. So everyone's there to be a village for the process of the Black maternal health experience for the ladies. So today what I'm here to do is just show you what we do at the expo. We're having our 3rd annual. That's April the 15th. It's from 10 to 3. It is free. I will put in the chat the Eventbrite to register. And this year, actually, we partner with Lady Gaga. So all of the ladies are being made up with Lady Gaga. They're getting medicine from that. These are our workshops that we had last year, and we're looking to actually bring back a majority of the workshops that we have, but we do have some exciting ones. And we actually have a lady from Blue Shield coming, and she's the lady who sets up the Medi-Cal for doulas. So we're excited to hear that. She's going to be one of our speakers on the panel. Again, so it's April the 15th. It's from 10 to 3. It is free. I will put in there the Eventbrite. We are looking for vendors for the day of the event. If it's informational, it's $40. If you're selling something, it's $70 to be there. And if you know of someone that's pregnant, I'm going to drop in that flyer as well. And we have a barcode where they can register, and we will be starting our process with them next week. Yeah, so that's a little bit about what we do at the Wildflower Project, and we're excited to be hosting our third annual Black Maternal Health Expo. Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, or I don't know if you take questions, or do I just do the presentation and that's it? But you guys got to see Terry in there too, front and center. And it's nice to continue to see the ladies working in community and also working to continue to educate in community. Thank you.
Before we move on, does anybody have questions for Juanette? She did a great job, didn't she?
Juanette,
but if you do, put your contact information in the chat.
I was gonna say, for people that want to be vendors, are you gonna send out the QR code?
Yeah, I'll put in there also the link. I'll put the link in here.
Okay.
But I will also send out to everyone on the call all the information that I covered in regards to being a participant as a pregnant pageant contestant. Also about being a vendor for the event. Yes.
We love that.
No question. I just want to say Juanette does an awesome job every year. And a lot of people don't realize a lot of things that happen. She puts up her own finances to carry it out, and she treats those women so good. And I'm just so excited that she's still here and continuing on with the work. I just want to say thank you, Juanette, for all you do. Awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And it's really a pleasure to do it, because I think it's important for us to love upon each other unconditionally. And, that wasn't really my experience being pregnant, meaning when I had a baby, I was by myself pregnant. And it's nice to have other people there to ask questions and feel comfortable. And as a Black woman, it's like a gift to be able to give that to other women so they can carry that on. So all those babies, we consider those wild babies, and we don't stop. We're there for them for life. and be able to love on them and show compassion and community. So I appreciate having this opportunity to share with AIMM what we're doing for Black maternal health. And if anyone has any questions or anything, I will put all of that information in the chat. But we look forward to continue to educate about the disparities of being Black and maternal care and the season's health for Black women. So thanks again, everyone.
Carmina, do you want to come off and ask the question?
Yes, I had a question about the summer camp for the kids. Can we get some information about that too, so we can promote that?
Yeah, I would definitely send some flyers. We're putting together the calendar. I would also encourage everyone to like our social media pages, the WOW, like WOW, no acronym, just wowing you, flower project. It's on Instagram and Facebook. I'll try to put those in there too. If you like those pages, you'll see upcoming events coming up. Probably in the next 60 days, you'll see all of the activities that we're going to be having before it gets too hot. We have garden party days. We have the tranquility camps for kids. Just all kinds of fun things out and about in nature. Thank you.
Shamika?
Yep, I got something to say. Last year, I was a part of the WOW Expo, and it was so amazing, y'all. Like, Juana kept talking about how she did provide an experience.
You and your dog. Did you get nervous? Yeah.
Somebody needs to be on mute.
Thanks for muting y'all. She kept saying she wanted it to be an experience for the moms. And I'm like, yeah, every event is an experience. It's going to be great. But she was like, no, it has to be like auntie's living room and it needs to have this and that. And it was like in every room in the Chimbole Center. And I was like, how is this going to turn out? Y'all, it was so amazing. Like it should have been on TV. Like they could have brought in cameras and filmed the whole thing. It's so beautiful for the moms. It is so like transformative for the community. So please be a part. If you want to help plan, if you want to sponsor, you want to be a vendor, you got some pregnant mamas, send them her way because it's definitely like a great event for the community. So good job to Juanette. Thank you so much for being here. Back to you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Look at all this amazing work we have going on in the Antelope Valley. We are so blessed to have so many people stepping up and leading the way. Marissa, you have your hand up. You're on mute, Marissa. Okay, well, when Marissa's getting her sound back up, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. And when your sound comes back on, Marissa, just pop back on. Ooh, some fun stuff is coming up. So up next is a woman's history quiz. Woo!
Thank you. Happy Women's History Month. Thank you to our presenters. I love that one about nutrition because April is Nutrition Month. So we always want to make sure that we practice healthy nutrition. We're going to take a little quiz. I put the link in the chat. So this is an interactive quiz. You're going to answer the questions with your phone. So if you could please click the link on the chat, or if you could scan this QR code here, let me expand it. So you just grab your phone, take a picture of that code, or click on the link in the chat. Put your little nickname in there. I'll wait a little bit. So it's not a big quiz. It's about 10 questions, and we're going to focus on women's history. Some of them are easy, some of them are a little bit difficult. Shout out to Pilar. She gave me a lot of good women to put in there, but I added a couple more and I took some out because I just thought that they should be in there. So we'll give everybody a minute. So with this game, there's going to be a picture of somebody and a description, and you'll have 4 options to decide who it is. And we're racing against each other in real time. So the person that wins is the person that not only answers the questions correctly, but they also answer the questions the quickest. So you got to be quick. I'll give it another second. We have a few people in there. Let me know if you aren't able to access it. I think everybody's good. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Let me just put this down. We have 12 people in. Is there anyone else that wants to join really quick? I'll put this up for a couple more seconds. Okay.
Come on, you guys. You know you want to have fun. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on.
All right, let's go. All right, let's get started. Have your phones ready. So this is the first Black real estate mogul in LA. She founded the first AME in Los Angeles in 1872. So we got 3 people that got it right. So you have about 15 seconds to answer each one. All right, and after each question, we can kind of see how the scoreboard's going and how it changes. All right, so this is the first African-American woman to hold the position of U.S. Secretary of State. Got 5 seconds left. Don't try to Google it. Yes, so most people got it, Condoleezza Rice. Let's see how the scoreboard's looking. All right. First African-American woman to win an Oscar. Got 3 seconds left. Yes. Ooh, let's see. How does the scoreboard look? Ooh, okay, here we go. Next question. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to go through so we make sure we finish. First African-American woman to travel through space. Five seconds. Yes, Dr. May Jones. All of these women here are all astronauts, so. Woo, we have some people moving up. Dr. A is on fire, but Miss Day, she's winning. Halfway through. So next person did a lot of things, but I can only put a couple of items in there. So co-founded the Mississippi. Sorry, I hope it isn't blocked. They led many other civil rights. Let me try to. I hope you guys can all see it. Amazing woman right here. Annie Lou Hammer, but she did a lot. Okay, we have a very good leader going on. Okay, so her cells were used to study the effects of toxins, drugs, hormones, and viruses in the growth of cancer cells. So, okay, I got about 5 seconds. Her cells are still used today. Yes, so Henrietta Lacks. I learned about her in public health. All right, Maritza's coming up, but we still have Ms. Day that's just on fire. Okay, so she is also a part of a lot of different corporations, but I just listed a few. So former CEO of Girls Inc. She was also one of the first vice presidents at Avon and served as a board of member of various corporations. Got about 3 seconds. Yes, so Joyce and Roach. Let's see. Oh, Marissa's moving up. So first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everyone should get this. Aretha Franklin. Yep, everyone got it. Uh-oh. Marissa's got 3 in a row. So first African-American city of LA mayor. Aaron Bass. All right, one more question. We're almost there. Last question. So wrote numerous poetry volumes, several essay collections, recorded spoken albums, including On the Pulse, and won several awards, done so much amazing work.
I knew that one before the picture came up.
I know. I was like, I hope everyone gets this one. Perfect. All right, let's see the winner. 3rd place, Marissa. Second place, Dr. A. Yay, thank you everybody for playing. I hope you learned something today. Sorry if, I know it could get kind of glitchy, so I hope it was able to work. And I hope everybody enjoyed it. I'll stop sharing now.
Thank you, Jordan. I enjoyed that. That was a nice way to end the meeting and just to have a little fun to our busy Thursday. And so the next item on the agenda is work group updates and announcements. So, or you could drop in the chat activities and events. And so does any work group want to come off mute and just share?
You know what? I'll go first. And if Shamika's still around, she can help me out if I miss something. But we're with the Interfaith work group. And we have been meeting, we've been meeting in person. We had our first in-person meeting earlier this month at Prevailing Word Christian Center. Our next meeting will be in person, again, because we opted to meet in person. We're tired of Zoom. Planning at that time, it will be April 17th at Prevailing Word Christian Center at 1:30. So if anyone would like to join us, I'll drop the address in the chat box, but we are looking to do some in person where we go to various ministries and leave information, as well as having like an information day at various churches or places of worship. And Shamika, can you give me those dates? I believe April 30th is the first one.
Yes, April 30th for Kingdom Life Fellowship Church, August 27th for Prevailing Word, and then November, which will be Foundational Christian Fellowship with LaTora. And let me just add, while I'm giving those dates, the goal is to go and present the AIMM services to our faith leaders in those churches so that they can adopt one of our organizations that are part of AIMM and support the Black moms and the Black families in those organizations. Okay, so connecting and merging AIMM with our clergy faith leaders. Hopefully that makes sense. And then
Right.
also, once we have flyers, we'll let you know so that you guys can know when we're actually going to the churches to have like the meet and greets and the info sessions for that.
Thank you, you guys. You guys are doing such amazing work. And next up, we're going to have Pilar from the Fund Development Work Group.
Hi,
And actually, you
everyone.
guys,
Oh.
Pilar just put on a good, she had a good presentation on the City of Hope grant this afternoon at 12 o'clock if you were able to attend it. But Pilar, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to remind folks that I'm gonna put it in the chat again, but yes, okay. The City of Hope grant is a $5,000 grant. It's due on April 1st. So the Fund Development Work Group today, I did on behalf of the work group, I did a grant writing walkthrough. We went through the proposal. Mercedes was there. So that's one of the great things about being part of AAIMM CAT. Workshops like these. There'll be more in the future. I hope to see more folks, but it's really to help get more funding for your work because your work is aligned with the AAIMM CAT's goals. So I think there's also a couple more grant opportunities, actually 3 that Jordan also emailed. 2 of them are First 5 LA opportunities is through community partners. So hopefully you got that email. And I think Jordan also shared another opportunity with the county. So just want to like really encourage being involved with AAIMM CAT because we'll get more information to you. And then some of the workshops will be for the members. So just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Pilar, and thank you once again for putting on that presentation on the City of Hope funding RFP. Really appreciate it. Take advantage of this, guys. Take advantage of this help that you have. Okay. Next work group. Who would like to come off? I know Marissa put something in the chat. Marissa, do you want to put?
I'll pop in for Marissa. So for integrated holistic care, we're having a picnic meetup, a luncheon on April 14th for integrated holistic care. Everybody is welcome. Please text or call the numbers that's on the flyer. We did it last year. It was a success and we want to do it again. And then also in due time, I will drop the flyer for Heal the Hurt. So in due time is hosting artist storytelling for pregnant moms. If you already delivered, had the baby, all birthing outcomes, we want to hear your story. So yeah, share it across the network. Thank you.
Thank you, Mercedes. Amazing, beautiful work. And Yvette Perry posted about the family-centered care group, focuses on bringing the whole family together. Do you have any updates on the family-centered care group, Ms. Perry?
Me?
Yvette Perry, no?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to get myself off of mute.
Thought you said Miss Terry. I was like, no.
Yes, grand afternoon, everyone. Miss Pam wasn't able to make it this evening, but we have just been speaking on the upcoming April event that the last event that we were supposed to be affiliated with was canceled due to the rain. So we weren't able to participate with that one. So now our focus is on the upcoming event in April.
Okay, now, and what is that upcoming event? Because you know what? We need to share this flyer. What is that upcoming event that we're having in April? Does anyone want to talk about this upcoming event in April?
The art show in April.
Yes.
Yes, I don't have the flyer handy, Dr. Aziza. So if you have that, please drop it in the chat.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Call for submissions. Go to the 99-cent store, look at your old family pictures, play with some clay or Play-Doh or something, and create something to submit to this event. Represent yourself, represent your loved ones, and represent the Black birthing community. And so that's I don't have a flyer, but there's my advertisement for it. Okay, does anyone else have anything to say about the event?
Yes, I do. And with everybody that's on here, if you have some young ones, like Dr. Caesar say, go there, create, let these babies express themselves on paper, on canvas, you know, with clay. And so we can get out there and show our support.
And
Thank
side
you.
note, if you want to do some art on the canvas, Michael's have canvases on sale, 70% off. So yeah.
Thank you, Mercedes. Ohana Center will be there. Okay. Does anyone have anything else to add for the work group? If not, we're going to move on to the evaluation form. Please scan the QR code and fill out the evaluation to help make this a better event for planning purposes in the future.
I put the link in the chat as well if the QR code isn't working that good. So if you click the link, feel free to do that also. We're asking a little bit more questions this time. We're asking for demographics because we want to track that when we're doing our community action team meetings. So sorry everyone if it's a couple more things, but we just want to make sure that we get as much information as possible to make these meetings really effective. And then I put the flyer for the art contest in the chat for anybody that wants to see it.
Thank you, Jordan. It's an amazing flyer as well.
Thank you,
Great
Jordan.
job.
I was looking forward to put it in there.
I know, me too. I was like frantically searching for it, I'm sweating.
I have an
Okay,
announcement for an upcoming event.
Yes, please share.
Yes, okay. I'm driving, so sorry if there's noise in the background. This is Tequila. So in partnership with Antelope Valley Medical Center, I'm going to be hosting a Black breastfeeding support group. I'm looking to host this bi-monthly. Of course, it's going to be open to all of our breastfeeding mommies in the Antelope Valley. It's free for everybody. It's going to take place next to the WIP, which is the Women Infant Pavilion Center at the City of Hope building. They have that little auditorium there. So I'm looking to start this as a kickoff for Mother's Day. The date is going to be May 9th for a big, like, grand opening, celebrating all mommies, whether you're breastfeeding, not breastfeeding, pregnant, thinking about getting pregnant. We just want to really have a space for the community to come and gather so we can like start letting people know that we're going to have a breastfeeding support group specifically for the African American. You know anybody, if you have any friends, if it is yourself, please help me spread the word. I will have a flyer. It's just going through marketing at the hospital at the moment. We will have a flyer. We will be providing food, refreshments for the kickoff. And then I'll also, of course, keep food and refreshments going for every support group that our moms come to. Dads are also welcome. We really encourage that dads are participants in the support group. It's only going to be open to like the parents and the baby, like no other smaller children, unfortunately, just due to the hospital like policies. And again, it's going to be twice a month from 11 a.m. to 12. It's going to be 1 hour. And they'll be able to get lactation support from a board certified lactation consultant. I will be there every single time, helping mommies latch their babies, dealing with low milk supplies, just having basic conversations about, is my baby eating? Is my baby gaining weight? Anything that you guys want to just really talk about. Marissa has is graciously providing us with her time for the first kickoff to do some mommy and baby yoga. Please feel free to jump in, Marissa, if you have any other things you want to share in that regard. We're going to have giveaways, raffles, and we just really want to make it a special time for our community to increase the breastfeeding rates in the Antelope Valley.
Thank you. What an amazing resource. And thank you for the teamwork and networking and the AV to support our Black birthing families and individuals. Yes. So let's move on to the next slide. That is the end of our meeting. So for more information, please visit Black Infants and Families website and social media pages. If you have any more questions, please ask them now. If not, we will see you next time. All right then, thank you for having me. I'll do better next time.